Hi, I'm Chris Schultz, coming to you from Topeka, Kansas. When I was a kid and people used to find out where I was from, they always used to ask me how Dorothy was doing. The Wizard of Oz left us with a bright and colorful legacy that somewhat introduced us to the world. In recent years, people ask me about this guy. He seemed to have turned Dorothy's colorful legacy into these colorful signs. Yes, this guy and his family call Topeka their home too. Well, I don't agree with one single word that their church has ever preached, and I find that their methods are absolutely repulsive. And I have the utmost respect for those who have been their targets. But on a much bigger scale, I'd like to thank them for forcing conversations and opening minds all across the country. In their quest for hate, they have proven that no rational person wants to think like them. They have proven that love will always conquer the human spirit before hate has a chance. They have proven that the things our soldiers fight for are still very functional and well protected. Their efforts have cut at least a decade off of the modern fight for equality for all the citizens of our country. But for Topeka, the way we're described to the rest of the world certainly doesn't end there. As a matter of fact, the newest evolution of world discussion for our community comes full circle to this place, the Brown versus Board of Education historic site, a story that began in 1951 with a class action suit against the Topeka Board of Education, who were taking race into consideration when populating their schools. The case made it to the U.S. Supreme Court, where it was found that separate but equal was unconstitutional. When you watch The Wizard of Oz today, it's hard to believe that racism and segregation were totally legal when it was filmed. It's a part of our history that none of us want to remember, but we can never forget. It's a battle that has already been fought and shouldn't ever need to be dragged up and politicized again, though it has been for years. In 2004, President Bush came to Topeka to cut the ribbon on this important facility that reaffirms a very important message every day. No matter what you think about politics, human rights are not a partisan issue. As a guy who grew up having to look at these signs, as a guy who grew up around close friends who committed suicide because their parents couldn't accept that they were gay, I have to say thank you to President Obama for standing up for equality. If our previous presidents would have spoken about equality for all, or even had the guts to say the word gay without having to uncomfortably shrug just a bit, then perhaps my friends might have had enough backup to realize that their parents were on the wrong side of history. Judy gave Technicolor hope to an entire community. The Brown family and many others didn't accept that separate was equal. And Fred opened our minds and made us talk when so many were content not to ask or tell. Some people say, "What's the matter with Kansas?" But as a lifelong Topekan, I'm proud that we've been a community that could help bring up so many conversations about equality. Should gay marriage be legalized? Who cares? We all have to pay our taxes. Shouldn't everyone get the same benefits? The United States of America is composed of people with many faiths and ethnicities. Our diversity is what makes our nation strong and sets us apart. It's one of the reasons I'm proud that I didn't jump ship and run away from my hometown because others felt like it was a breeding ground for bigotry. It's a fight that I am proud to stand on the front lines of. No matter who your God is, God bless America. From the trenches somewhere over the rainbow, I'm Chris Schultz. As history has proven, if you appreciate equal rights, Kansas says you're welcome.